Okay, so here we have the Maserati Levante on a 20 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. From the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. The tailgate on this car will open electronically. You can do that either from the key or from the tailgate itself. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we have reversing sensors. There's plenty of boot space as well, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat, should you wish to increase this space even further. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside, you can see it's in excellent condition the whole way round, and a really great looking car as well. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the speedometer. On the right-hand side, the rev counter. In the middle, you can see the total miles for the car. They are 24,227. Directly above that, it will show you what gear the car is in. It's an automatic, so we are, of course, in park at the moment. And at the very top there, we have a digital readout for the speedometer. To the left and right-hand side to that, we have the fuel gauge and coolant temperature gauges. We back out to the steering wheel. On the left-hand side, we have cruise control for the car. And over on the right-hand side, phone and stereo controls. Over in the center, you'll find the main touchscreen. So this is where you will pair up your phone before you can use it. We're on the kind of main menu at the moment. So you can do most things from here. But you have some subcategories along the bottom, one of which is phone. We're not going to pair the phone at this point in time, of course. When it comes to music, we have the radio, and you can see over on the left-hand side, we have AM, FM, and DAB radio available. If you want to listen to your own music, you do so under the media heading. And we have USB, auxiliary input, Bluetooth audio, SD memory card input as well. So plenty of ways to listen to your music in this car. We, of course, have the satellite navigation as well. We can view the map, as you'll see. It's a nice clear colour display, very, very easy system to use. Again, all touchscreen, and you can get your climate controls up on the screen here as well. We do have manual buttons, which I'll come to in just a moment, but otherwise you can adjust your passenger temperature, your driver temperature. You can increase and decrease the fan speed from down here. You can determine where you'd like the air to be distributed. You can turn your air conditioning on. You can put it in auto, so the car takes control of the fan speed and direction of the air for you. So all very, very easy to use. As I mentioned, there are mechanical buttons for that, which we'll come to in just a second. This car also has a full colour reversing camera with guidelines that show you what direction the car is headed in relation to the image being shown on the screen as well. So below that, we have the main buttons for your dual zone climate control. So you can adjust the passenger temperature both down and up. Same for the driver's side. You can increase and decrease the fan speed from here. You can turn the air conditioning on or off. You can put it on auto for both driver and passenger. If you hit max air con, it will do exactly what it says, and it will turn everything up to the maximum to get the car as cold as it can, as quickly as it can. We have this section which opens up to reveal a USB and auxiliary input, which I mentioned previously. We have the gear lever for the fully automatic gearbox. And then we have these buttons here. So starting just here, we have traction control, we can turn off. We have various different settings for actually driving the car, one of which is the sport mode. When you press that, the car will have a sportier drive, but it'll also have an exhaust note, which you may just about be able to pick up on the video. I've just pressed the button, but you'll be able to pick up on that when you're driving. Certainly makes a massive, massive difference. And then lastly, you have this dial just here. This will operate the main screen. So if I was to go back to the main screen and rotate the dial, you can see we can go through various settings there. I can select any of these things and use the dial to navigate my way around the entire screen, which is obviously a lot easier to use whilst you're driving rather than the touch screen, of course. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the panoramic glass roof. So we have a sun blind that we can open up. You can leave that fully open or half open, and as you can see, that lets in a lot of extra light. You can, if you wish to, open this front section though as a proper full-size sliding sunroof as well. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at West Horsley Motors. We'd love to hear from you soon.